What up, world? It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. I'm going for a walk to go check the mail, even though I probably don't even have any mail, because to be honest, it's always the same. You know what I mean? Like, it's either me being bombarded with a bunch of, flyers, from these grocery stores that, I'm already aware of the food that they have, Plus, I usually just go to Whole Foods anyways. Also, at the same time, I do occasionally get some different types of mail. It's just, for the most part, a lot of it is, pretty similar. You know what I mean? So who knows? Maybe my mail, the mail that's meant for me, maybe that's somewhere in like a magical vault somewhere in the world. That's what I started to like realize, like, and visualize. I was like, hey, you know, we talk about royalty. We talk about being like kings and queens and stuff like that. Talk about ancient Egypt and Africa and all that stuff. And it's true because when you put that next to like just a regular mundane matrix material world, you do sometimes start visualizing and seeing and remembering how amazing you are. So I'm saying that about me, like, and you, that hey, I do visualize like a big old vault or safe or something like that with my royalties, with my gold earnings, money, whatever. You know what I mean? Because I am good enough, and to be honest, I'm open to receiving magnificent surprises and whatever. So I just walk around with that mentality. I'm not saying I'm entitled. I'm not saying I gotta, you know, expect and have things handed. At the same time, I'm also aware that I've been doing a whole lot of work on myself, and I've healed myself, and I've impacted and helped people, you know, without getting anything back. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of situations where it wasn't reciprocal, where I was screwed over. You know what I'm saying? I'm no saint either. It's just for the most part though, like I'm still having to learn to let go of stuff that doesn't serve me. You know what I mean? So anyways, I'm just sharing about that. I'm sharing about mental strength as well because like that's what this whole YouTube thing is helping me out, and it's helping a lot of other people out too. Just like my mentor, Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters, he mentions, that's why people come onto YouTube so they and to watch me so that they know to let love guide them and not fear. And like I understand what he's saying. Like I relate with what he's saying because he's a spiritual brother and he's inspiring, family member, older family member to me, basically, to be honest. I've never met him, but I'm just saying, like, that's the vibes he gives us off. He's like an inspiring older family member, and yeah, it's true because throughout, the digital world, through the TV, through the entertainment, even through some of social media and stuff, uh, there may be other energies, so-called spiritual people or whatever, and like they may not be uplifting, they may not be elevating, they may not be inspiring and truly interacting with one another, you know with their whole heart, wanting to see us win. You know what I mean? And it's nothing personal. I just let that stuff be. That's why there's no drama on this channel, on this page, because I'm not out here gossiping about people or anything, So I just mind my own business. I connect with what I'm supposed to connect with, and I just leave it at that. I have my own divine relationship with, God, the universe, nature, whatever you want to call it, myself. And then I have my inner world, and then I'm able to connect with others that I truly vibe with, You know what I'm saying? Like for real, tranquil energy, reciprocal energy. I love that the most, and like we all have different inner patterns and inner, puzzle pieces within us, our own, we call it, you know, our own self-made programs or beliefs or just values, morals, not even beliefs, just morals, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a different thing. Like for me, I'm a vegan, so that's already one moral and value and ethical thing that I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I have a lot of other inner stuff as well lined up with that, basic principles and values that I stand for, and maybe not everybody else stands for it. We may have some things in common, and also at the same time, people have shown me that, hey, I'm different. You know what I mean? That they aren't the same. You know what I mean? And I'm cool with that, to be honest, because there is nobody like me. It's just, the whole thing about having our own unique morals and values and our own inner world system within us. That's liberating because then you're able to step into your own divine originality and purpose and go into this world, like carving your way throughout the world, being your own unique architect, that's what we're here to do, you know what I mean? And, that's why I'm so strong and passionate within myself because I stick with what really, really nourishes my soul and my spirit. And that's why I have another video that I'll upload. It's just about letting go of comparison, jealousy, envy, all that stuff. Because sometimes there may be people in the world, celebrities, random influencers on social media, this and that, and maybe they are all about this quick fix, instant gratification, fast, fast stuff. And maybe their energy really isn't super, super tranquil and nourishing and helpful and engaging with us. And, deep down, not to like assume stuff, but also at the same time, you still have the vibes and the intuition that something is up and it's kind of fishy. And, you don't have to waste your time trying to be nosy, trying to analyze, trying to judge them or whatever. So basically, I just learned just to, focus in on myself and what truly is connecting with me and uplifting me and supporting me and inspiring me truly, because there's some stuff that it really is a big illusion. And some people honestly are living a lie, and they're posing on social media, posing on the camera, posing, outside of their own authenticity. And, I don't know it all. I'm just also at the same time highly awake and sensitive and aware of things. And, intuition doesn't lie. So with that being said, like, I'm able to say that, and like the vibes, the frequencies I get from people, I notice what makes sense. And like, I've just been on the vibe of, hey, I don't need everybody to like me. I don't need to hold everybody's hand. It does look cool when we visualize, world peace and everybody holding hands and coming together and, cooperating and get along with each other, whatever. I'm here to raise the frequency. You know what I mean? I can make the, change within myself, and it's just going to inspire whoever it's supposed to inspire. I'm not in control of that. You know what I mean? So that's how I move forward, because like for me personally, a big thing I had to overcome was, to be honest, I'm not into tattoos. Tattoos are cool. If you have them, that's cool. I've, been with women who have real cool tattoos, you know what I mean? And it's nothing personal at all. Like, y'all can have them, anybody can have them. It's just for me at this moment right now, still, it's not a thing for me. I'm cool with living a life without tattoos, Also, the next thing is like selling our soul, selling out, like that type of vibe, just doing anything, clout chasing, all that stuff that deep down, you aren't cool with that, and that's out of alignment with your spirit, with what your spirit is, stuff that that you wouldn't want to be showing to your children and whatever, and you want to be happy truly with yourself, so like I'm not into that either. And a lot of that was, this whole clout chasing, fast paced, lustful hookup, porn stuff that goes on in the world, and that's a big distraction. And people are going to live whatever life they want to live. I'm not judging. I'm just saying I'm aware of who I am, and I realize, hey, I'm here to have my soul all throughout my entire life. And I do have it, I have it. And I'm keeping it throughout my entire life. You know what I mean? I don't have to strip down for anybody or, do stuff that's out of my own integrity. You know what I'm saying? I can still be myself, and that's how I have my own peace of mind because, I've been able to keep my soul and not, fall into vicious temptation, to be someone else's slave or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's some real deep stuff for real. You know what I mean? Like people out here trying to make people are out here trying to force people to, do sexual stuff. People are out here trying to force people to be gay or whatever. People out here trying to force people to do, you know, super like reckless, destructive stuff. You know what I mean? Like I already said, I'm cool. I'm living a life free from drama, free from, you know, heavy energy that doesn't serve me. You know what I mean? Because it is spiritual warfare. And like when you are able to go out into nature, like a real field, whatever type of environment, you're just at peace. You're not thinking about war. You're not thinking about fighting. You're not thinking about, like all this drama going on. And that's the point I'm making. Like I don't need to do that. I don't need to do stuff that doesn't resonate with me, with my spirit, my soul, So like that's part of what this whole page is, just encouraging other people to keep their authenticity, in a world full of so many different types of people. A lot of times, sometimes you can start feeling like, hey, who am I, to be great or whatever. And you think that, you know, that you don't matter or whatever. And that's not true, to be honest, because a lot of times people are jealous of you for still having your soul. You know what I mean? A lot of people are constantly in and out of trouble. They constantly keep losing their freedom. They constantly are just getting caught up over and over again, you know, because they're going way too fast and they're stuck in their ego. And those are the same ones who aren't willing to be able to sit down with us and work together like, brothers and sisters or whatever family good people are supposed to do, meaningful connections, deep connections, where it is like how we were when we were children. We were so open to connecting and playing outside with each other, playing basketball, playing in the grass, playing hopscotch, simple stuff before our ego was developed. I'm talking about when we're 4, 5, 6 years old, when we're super innocent and pure and still fresh to life. So I've been on a whole rebirthing process, and it's been interesting. It's been real. It's been liberating. There's been a lot of things, but I've learned that I have my power of, that nobody else is me. You know what I mean? And like that's the most liberating thing because you have decisions, to do something real fast and quick. And at the same time, you realize, what the result of that will be. And it's not serving you, so you don't have to do that. And that's something I realized with myself too. I'm here to be legit, to be real, to always be honest. I'm an Aries, so I'm always honest, always speaking the truth, so that's that. And I realized, hey, if some of these people out here getting YouTube Gold Awards and whatnot, I can do it too. I'm in the process of achieving a YouTube Gold Award, you know, in the long run, honestly, because there's people that's putting out all types of vibes and energy, and I'm not knocking it, I'm not judging at all. It's just I realize, hey, I'm good enough with the great energy that I have. I can do it too, my own unique way. I don't need to copy other people. I'm really smart with this, to be honest, because I've been taking notes from my mentors and coaches and guides and whatnot, to do this. So that's how I have so much passion to keep doing this day in and day out, because like I see my mentors, and especially like Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters. That's one of my favorite mentors. He inspires me because like, I'm the producer now, you know what I mean? And like, you know, this is all me, you know what I mean? There's no copyright on here. I have ownership of all of my content and publishing on here. I'm aware to produce my own background beats. I'm aware I can produce my own watermarks and, books and all that stuff. So that's liberating, to be honest. I don't have to worry about that little technical stuff, to be honest. And also at the same time too, just a simple little codes, internally, like my freedom. I have my eternal lifelong of freedom, because I passed all these universal tests, and I'm a new man, and I'm aware of just simple things to keep the peace within myself. And, since I'm growing every day and I know better, I'm doing better, so simple things like, hey, everything I have is just me, you know what I mean? And honestly, I don't need a lot. I don't even have a lot, you know what I mean? At the same time, I do. Like, I'm not even into material stuff. I have my freedom, and I'm worth more than this material stuff. But the point I'm making is like, I'm not out here stealing from people or robbing people or anything like that. I don't need to do that. And that's how I'm able to speak on here so calmly, because I'm not doing that to nobody. And, you know, I'm being the change that I desire to see in the world, to be honest. You know, I'm not perfect. Honestly, I am though. You know what I mean? Because of the approach that I have for life, to life. You know what I mean? Like, okay, money, you know what I mean? I'm always, having keen instincts for handling money. I'm always having on the spot instincts with taking care of myself and having money. That's even in my birth chart, to be honest, as well. So like how I've been able to become smart with this whole thing is like, hey, okay, I'm able to take notes from people like Bill Gates, from Mark Zuckerberg, from my mentors, Ralph Smart, Infinite Water, and just seeing what's up in the world. You know what I mean? Like, there's people doing different things in different ways. And it's like, I've just had to gain peace within myself to just be fair. You know what I mean? Just to be real and to be the change within myself that I desire to see in the world. You know what I mean? Like, hey, that's that, honestly. That's what I'm sharing about, because like I'm like, hey, I'm here to have some long-term stability and financial abundance, and I'm in the process of attracting this, throughout my whole entire life. So like, you know, I've just been learning a whole lot, and I'm always learning every day. It's just being able to have a new mindset about this whole thing is why I'm sharing this whole awakening transformation I've been going through on YouTube and Instagram too. Because like for so long, a lot of us were working a lot of jobs, and that's cool and all, you're making your own money, you're learning, and we chose to do that. Also at the same time, that's why we have to know ourselves, because a lot of times we will notice the same patterns. Like for me in the jobs, I never got a promotion. No matter how much I asked, no matter how much I like worked really hard, I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? And it's whatever. You know what I mean? It's in the past. It's just I learned I'm here to do big things. I have a big purpose, and I always knew that, hey, I'm here to inspire a whole lot of people, billions of people. And I'm in the process of doing this, of manifesting this, So, like, I learned, hey, I'm here to have a big purpose, to honestly be an entrepreneur, you know what I mean? And that's what it's come down to, me figuring out what's right for me uniquely, my own unique divine purpose, and like legitimately, so I had to learn from legitimate, real, official mentors, that are older and are legit. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a whole bunch of drama and chaos going on in the world. It doesn't mean their life is just, like they never had to go through anything, but also at the same time, like they're in good spirits. You know what I'm saying? They'll get through any little pebbles in the road, any little minor problems or whatever, They have their freedom and their soul and their sanity as well. So that's what I'm really emphasizing about, and like for me, I learned, hey, you know, I had to get closer to myself, and that's what I'm doing. And I learned, like, in all the jobs, I was making money and stuff. It's just jobs are like honestly training for us to be our own boss. Jobs are like training for us to,